Teresa. Thank you for joining me again on my channel for another video. On today's video, I want to show you guys how I made this cake. This is a yellow cake with chocolate icing. It is a box cake, and I'm going to show you guys how I tweaked it a little bit and how I got the layers like this. I made this cake for my husband because today is his birthday. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to need a bowl, some butter, 3 eggs, an apple, and some cake mix. To the cake mix in the bowl, I am cracking 3 eggs. Then I'm going to add 1/4 cup of melted butter. Now I'm going to whisk that all together until I get a doughy consistency. Now I'm adding 1 cup of water, and I'm going to whisk all of this together. You want to whisk until you get a smooth consistency with your cake batter. Something like that. And now while I'm letting that sit, I'm going to go ahead and peel my apple and cut the slices into my NutriBullets. Then I'm going to blend the apple slices together on high until it's all blended and you have sort of a baby food consistency. Basically, we just made an applesauce. If you don't want to make your own applesauce, you can just use any applesauce that you have on hand. Now I'm adding the applesauce into my cake batter, and I'm going to keep whisking until that's all mixed in as well. Now I'm going to take this batter and pour it into 4 pans. These pans are 4 inches, and I just wanted to make all 4 of these cakes the same size because I am going to stack these on top of one another. Now into an oven that I've been preheating for 350 degrees, I'm going to take the cakes and I'm going to put them on the top rack of the oven. It's very important that you put it on the top rack and not the bottom rack. I'm going to let these bake for 35 to 40 minutes. And now that they have been baking for about 40 minutes, I'm using a plastic fork to make sure that they are done in the center. If your fork comes out clear or without any batter, then they are done. These are done, so I'm going to take them out and let them cool on the counter for about 30 minutes or until they are cooled completely. You want them to completely cool before you add any frosting or before you remove them from the cake pans. Now that they have been cooling for about 30 minutes, I'm going to take a rubber spatula and I'm just taking this around the edges of the cake. And if you have a little trouble getting your cake out of the pan, you can push up on the bottom as well. So now I'm taking the top off of the cake so that these cakes will fit as flat as possible. And now I'm going to add the icing. I'm just using store-bought chocolate icing because it's what my husband likes. And I'm putting this icing in the center of the cake. Now moving on to the rest of the cakes, I'm just using the same process. I'm taking it out of the pan. I'm cutting the top center section out so that it will be flat, and then I'm adding the frosting to the center of the cake. For the fourth cake, I am going to put this on the very top, but I'm not going to cut the center out of it. And now you can just ice your cake however you would like to do it. My husband really likes yellow cake with chocolate icing, so I didn't get too fancy. And as you can see, I made a bit of a mess. Now using a paper towel that is dry, I'm just going around the plate and wiping up the mess that I made. And this is the final result, guys. Once the cake settles a little bit, it does look a little straighter because earlier it was leaning a tad bit. But this was the final result of the cake. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later.